When multiplying polynomials, we have to remember that we have to multiply every term in one quantity with every term in another quantity. So this can start to get confusing. If these were two binomials, we could use FOIL, but since this is a binomial by trinomial, we can't use FOIL. So the first thing is always we want to do is change all subtraction to addition. So I'm going to go keep, change, change, and keep, change, change. So what we want to do is we want to make this x plus a negative 4, that has to go times the 5x. This x plus a negative 4 has to go times the 9, and this x plus a negative 4 has to go times the negative 2x squared. So here's how I'm going to write it. I'm going to take my 5x first and write it here. I'm actually going to almost think of it as going backwards a little bit. And since we're multiplying, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you're comfortable doing is fine. But I'm going to say 5x times x plus a negative 4. Since I've changed everything to addition, I'm going to go plus 9 times x plus a negative 4 plus negative 2x squared times x plus a negative 4. Okay, so again, I'm taking this whole quantity here and multiplying it by each of these terms. Well, each of these terms by this whole quantity. We can't stop there though. Now we're just going to use our distributive property. 5x times x is 5x squared plus 5x times a negative 4 is a negative 20x plus, just keep going, 9 times x plus 9 times a negative 4, which is a negative 36, plus negative 2x times x to the first will be a negative 2x to the third, and negative 2x times a negative 4 is going to be a positive 8x squared. Now combine your like terms. I'm going to write it, start by writing it in standard form, so I'm going to look for my biggest degree, which is this negative 2x to the third. Are there any x to the third terms? No, they're not. So I'm going to write that first. That way I don't have to go back and write it in standard form later, but you can definitely do that. Then the next degree would be these x squareds. I have two of them. If I have 5x squareds and 8x squareds, that's 13x squareds. And then I have my regular x terms. If I have negative 20x's plus 9x's, that's a negative 11x's, either plus a negative 11x or minus 11x. Then my constant term, which is a negative 36. So this is written in standard form because our degree of each term is decreasing. So when we have to multiply polynomials, and they're not both binomials, or they're not just a monomial by a polynomial, think of it as you're multiplying each one of the terms by one of the quantities. Okay, and it gets easier the more you practice it. Let's try one more example. It says find the product, the quantity 5x squared minus x minus 3 times the quantity 6x minus 5. Again, let's change this all to addition. Keep, change, change. Keep, change, change. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one of these in the trinomial and multiply it by 6x plus a negative 5. So I am going to go 5x squared times this quantity, 6x plus a negative 5. I'm going to go negative x. Don't forget to put your plus on here. Everything's addition. Negative x times the quantity 6x plus a negative 5 plus negative 3 times the quantity 6x plus a negative 5. So I took each one of the terms in the trinomial and I'm multiplying each one of them by the binomial. Now use our distributive property. 5x squared times 6x, that's going to be 30x to the third. 5x squared times a negative 5, that'll be a negative 25x squared. Again, everything's addition. Negative x, or you can think of it as a negative 1x times 6x, is going to be a negative 6x squared. Plus negative 1x times a negative 5 is a positive 5x. Plus negative 3 times 6x is going to be a negative 18x. plus negative 3 times a negative 5 is a positive 15. Please don't try to do these problems without writing down this work, because you're going to lose something somewhere. And actually, you can think less if you write stuff down, because you don't have to remember as much. Now, looking for our like terms, I want to find my biggest degree, which is 30x to the third. My second biggest degree are these x's to the second. So if I have negative 25x to the second and negative 6x to the second, that's going to be negative or minus 31x to the second. Again, if you want to write that as plus a negative 31x to the second, that's fine. Then I have these two x terms. 5x plus negative 18x is a negative 13x. And that just leaves my 15. So again, the trick to multiplying a binomial times a polynomial is to take each one of the terms in a polynomial and multiply it by the entire binomial, and then use your distributive property, then gather your like terms and write the answer in standard form.